it's going to take some time for those numbers to really reflect the loss of positions and more so loss of family physicians.
At a time when our healthcare workers are already feeling pushed to the edge on the front lines of the pandemic, some are now being pushed over and taking their skills elsewhere. A report from the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta showing a loss of more than 30 doctors from the province in the last quarter of 2020. One family physician says that part of the problem continues to be the inability to bill for virtual visits on the same level as in-person appointments.
Puts us at a really big financial disadvantage. And no one here is trying to get rich. Family doctors, you don't go into family medicine if you want to get rich. But the reality is we're having trouble operating our clinics now.
Meanwhile, this doctor has already packed up and moved across the country for what she calls freedom from vilification.
I always wanted to stay in Alberta, but there was just too much frustration that kind of went on in the spring. I just felt that we really weren't being heard. I spoke at a rally of 4,000 people in the early spring. I met with my MLA. I wrote letters and emails, and it just felt like we were going nowhere.
In October, the health minister reported that Alberta had hit its highest registration of physicians ever. City News reached out to the health ministry to ask if the loss of doctors since then is a concern. A spokesperson for the minister points to the change for physicians year over year, a net increase from 2019, saying that the report is good news that shows Alberta is a great place to practice medicine. But for those working with Albertans day to day,
I have never really thought about leaving the province. I prefer not to. But it is a discussion in our house right now in terms of what are we going to do long term, because this is untenable.
In Calgary, Joe Horwood, City News.